today we'll be making an adorable poofy summertime deco mesh wreath. What you will need, I have an 18-inch wreath ring, this adorable sign for the center. I have several colors of deco mesh. I just picked different colors that coincide with my sign. Chanel stems, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So there are several methods you can use to place your stems on your wreath ring. You can even use a wreath ring that has the stems already attached, whatever you prefer. I will put a link in the description box down below on the different methods you can use to attach your stems. So when I'm using the 18-inch wreath ring, I actually prefer to use a full stem, and I like to go with the outer two rings, then the inner two. Outer two, inner two, and I alternate all the way around the ring. So that's the method I'm going to use today. So place my stem around the outer two rings, twist it a couple of times, and then place the next stem on the inner two rings, twist it a couple of times, back to the outer two, and inner two. And I'm just going to continue doing this all the way around my ring. So I have all of my stems in place. Now we're going to start adding the mesh to our stems. I think I'm going to go with these two colors to start off. And usually I would layer them one on top of the other. But I think I'm going to try and place them side by side this time, just for something fun and different. I'm going to start with my outer stem, place my mesh, and twist it a couple of times. Make a nice little poof. And I think as I make my poofs, I'm going to kind of twist out and switch out the mesh. Kind of like that. Crisscross it. And then make my poof and place it in the next outer stem. I'm going to go all the way around the outer stem first and then come back around to the inner stem. Make my poofs again. Crisscrossing the mesh. Again, you don't have to crisscross if you just want to layer them one on top of the other. You can do that as well. I'm trying to crisscross so that I can alternate. Like first I'll have the mint on top and then the magenta, just like that. But again, I do just layer them sometimes. It's whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to continue making my poofs. Crisscrossing my mesh, just like that. Okay, I'm coming to the end of my rolls, cutting off the roll, just like that. I'm going to make one final poof and just attach it to my first starting stem. And as you move around the wreath, as you use more of the mesh, it's going to get curlier, of course, because the mesh is curlier towards the end of the roll. So just so you're aware of that. Alright, so you can either go with the same colors for the inner stem, or you can kind of do something else. Since my sign has so many different colors, I think I'm going to try to go with two different colors for the inner ring, just to make the overall wreath even more fun and colorful. So, but I'm going to use the same methods. So I have completed the inner and outer rings. I have 4 different colors of mesh on the rings, and I think that's going to go perfect with my sign because it's so cute and colorful. Alright, and I think I'm going to try and add in some yellow and white, but this time I'm going to go from inner, outer, just to give it a different dimension. And just like playing around with it, having fun with it. Go with whatever you prefer though. Alright, so I have all of the mesh in place. I definitely use a little more than I normally use, but I'm still going to add more mesh. So I essentially have 3 layers of mesh. I have the outer layer, the middle layer, and the inner layer. And now I'm going to cut the mesh into 8-inch long pieces and place it throughout my wreath because I want a really nice and poofy, fluffy deco mesh wreath. I'm going to roll my mesh. You can roll it in a cute little curl or you can roll it at a diagonal. I think for this specific wreath, since we're trying to make it a nice big poofy wreath, I'm going to roll it at diagonal, crisscrossing each piece so that all the pieces are visible. Just like that. Scrunch it in the center, find my stem, place my mesh, and twist it a couple of times. And then tuck away my stem because I'm not going to add anything else after that. Fluff and adjust my mesh as needed. Looks so cute and precious. I'm going to continue adding these bundles all the way around my wreath. Again, you don't have to go with all the different colors. You can go with just 2 colors. You can go with 3. Whatever you prefer. But since this sign was so cute and colorful, I wanted to add in a bunch of different colors just to make it more fun. And something else that I'm going to do as I'm placing my bundles is kind of alternate the color order. That way it makes it even more fun and colorful. If you want to stick with the same color scheme each time, you can definitely do that. But that's just another option for you. So I have all of my mesh in place. It looks so cute, poofy, and colorful. Again, you can add as much or as little mesh as you prefer. I just wanted this one to be really nice and poofy. And then you can kind of adjust your bundles and try to adjust the mesh so that it covers up the stem. But I always like to use a stem that coincides with my color scheme just in case it is visible. Alright, so now we're going to add the adorable sign to the center. And the wreath honestly looks so cute and precious just like this. You could finish it off here. I do that a lot. Or you can add additional embellishments, an adorable sign, some fun little embellishments to the stems, or bows or ribbon. Just have fun with it and make it your own. And what I'm going to do is just take 2 stems, twist them together to form one long stem at the top and one at the bottom. And then I'm going to use my hot glue gun to glue them in place. Okay, so I'm going to just push the mesh outward a little so my sign isn't covering too much of it. Snugly fit my sign in the center, just like that. And then I'm going to twist the stems to the actual wreath ring. So just push the mesh aside until you find the ring. Twist your stem around the wreath ring a couple of times just to make sure it's nice and secure. And then once you're done, you can kind of replace the mesh and fix it up. Alright, so I'm going to repeat that step for all 4 stems. And if you find a cross stem, that kind of stabilizes it a little more. But if not, it's not a huge deal. adjusting my mesh. So cute. And again, like I said, you can add any additional embellishments to the stem. You can add ribbon, bows, whatever you prefer. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's so cute, simple, and easy to make. Modify the colors, the style to fit your theme.